record on this computer. Hello, everyone. My name is Aurora Sky, and this is Jenny, and she's with Spirit Ranch Wellness. And she was curious and interested in learning about kinesiology, which I use every day with my clients. So this is going to be a, 30-minute video of ways you can use kinesiology in your life every day. You can use it for products as far as if something's good for you or not, or a certain life path you want to take. It's really connecting with your higher self and the higher truth. So what questions do you have about kinesiology, Jenny?
All right. So I'm an anti-cancer coach, and there are suggestions that I have for my clients that may or may not be exactly what their body or their mind needs at that time. Mm-hmm. And I'd rather, instead of suggesting a supplement or a particular food, especially since nutrition is so important, I'd like to be able to ask them or have them indicate in some way that this food is going to serve them and help them heal.
Okay, so with any product or food, you can put it right in front of your solar plexus, right here, and right down here. And then if you lean forward, the answer is yes. If you lean backward, the answer is no. That's a really easy way to do it. You can also test with your fingers like this. So if it's strong, the answer is yes, or it's truth. And if it's weak,
where would they put? So let's just say we're talking about broccoli.
Okay, and you can even just say it. You can say the word broccoli. Is broccoli good for me? Yes or no? Your finger goes right through. No. I have a problem with this, but a lot of practitioners, this works for them. But for some reason, it doesn't work for me. So I put my arm up to the table like this and tap. And I will first calibrate my arm and say, okay, my name is Aurora. Okay, it's hard. My name is Joe. Make up some name. Weak. See the difference? You can even have it, see it if you don't feel it, you can even do a video like this and see the difference. That's another way to do it. Is this the right path for me to do this tomorrow? Yes, or no. So those are different ways to do it. It's no different than divination, using a pendulum. And you can do that, which takes a little longer. This is just a straight path to do it quick. and
in this line, it's we need quick. You know what I mean? It's kind of life or death. I mean, as far as healing from cancer. So it's not we're going to wait a couple weeks and see if when you're eating oatmeal that's going to serve you. We don't have time. So I am looking for a shortcut here.
Fast track.
Got a fast track.
I can show you how I use it for Liift Untherapy. So here's one of the charts that we use. Is it going to show
Which is not going to, there you go.
Okay.
Kinda.
Still. Identifying the upper limits of good that you allow in your life. And there's,
it's disappearing.
There's percentages, there's numbers on here. And I can muscle test to see, are you allowing 100% of happiness to come into your life right now? Or personal success, personal peace, spiritual connection. We can actually muscle test to find out what numbers you're at. And then through doing a few sessions, we can test again to see, where your number's at, and they'll keep going up. My first Liift session with Brian Eastman, we did life burdens. So he asked, my higher self basically, what numbers am I at for stress, trauma? Am I numb, shamed, hopeless, unhappy, success phobic? I had, so over 50 needs healing. It was at over 200,000 for success phobia.
Wow.
Yeah. And we've got it. Well, the last time we checked was a few weeks ago, and we've done a few sessions since then, but it was down to 550. So major change. Well, in my case, I didn't have anyone in my family that was successful, so it wasn't in my reality. you know? So if you don't have it in your reality, how do you know what success is, right? So,
Or how to pursue it, right?
right.
Yeah.
So he's cleared that out, you know, and there's a whole book that we narrow it down to what page that we need to go to. Very thick book here. And he says he's added to it as well. But so we muscle test to find out where in this book should we go. And then we turn to that page. And mind you, he's doing it through Zoom. He's gotten really good and he can just, how does he do it? He goes like this. I'm like, yeah, that's another level. He's just pushing on the thumb to see
To
if it's
muscle
strong.
test.
Yes, yes. I've also seen another practitioner, Christine, she does it this way. But
Wow.
I'll be there one day. For now, I'm just gonna stick with the
With
wrist.
this.
Works fine for me. But then we narrow it down, you know, page to page to a certain paragraph. Oh my goodness.
You might have to bring it back a little.
Why is it doing that? Anyway, but you can use it for more than just, you know, like Liift. I've also added to my sessions a book called Messages from the Body by Dr. Michael, Michael Lincoln.
Oh, that book's come up a couple times. Since you brought up Lift, maybe we should explain what Lift is for
Okay,
anybody.
Lift Untherapy. It's getting to the bottom of traumas and programs, you know, from your childhood, even past life, that's been passed down from ancestors. It could be from your childhood. So using this chart that Brian Eastman came up with, it has categories on it. And we ask, you know, what's for their highest good today for their healing? Okay, it's in category 2, emotions. Then we narrow it down to which emotions that are trapped and need to be released. And then we ask, which process do we need to release this today? Okay, EFT tapping. That's an option. Self hug, magnet swiping to clear it. There's different options, and you know, we ask your higher self what's going to work best for them. And each time it might be a different process. And then who are we healing this for today? Just the self, ancestors, soul ancestors, blood relatives. So we narrow down who we're healing it for as well. How many times should this person say this positive statement? All right, sometimes 24 times. And
Wow.
48 times has come up twice for me. It's like it really needs to get in your system. And then once it's in there, it can shift your reality in your life. It has for me. I've done a total transformation to who I was just 6 months ago.
How is that different than, let's say, EFT?
Well, it's a combination of many different modalities. It even has shamanism in there. Like, so EFT is just the tapping, right?
Yes. And
Okay.
the affirmations and
Oh,
yes.
is it? See, I didn't
And
know
there's
all
some
that.
meditation.
Okay, so it's a combination of that, and like he had a shaman teach him at the end after we said the positive statement. Breathe into the hand, breathe in, go in a circle. You're bringing that chi around into the heart 3 times, and that's
Wow.
when you can really feel a shift. Like I feel it in my crown, it might tingle or something, or like if I did have some trapped emotion in my heart chakra, it'll lighten up. I will feel it as I'm doing that. Breathe in 3 times. That's the magic number. And yeah, people feel the shift, you know, when they're doing that. And then as a last, to really get it in your system, like you write it down. There's so much power in writing something down. So yeah, that's the last step.
So
And
if someone's really got some strong questions, maybe life-changing questions, kinesiology would be good for one small thing for the day. What should you eat or what supplement could you take? But for really life-changing.
yeah, I was teaching my coworker. I work for a caterer, and I told her about kinesiology. She's like, "Oh, this is cool. Muscle test me for this, this, and that." And I was like, "Okay." She wanted to know if she will need knee surgery eventually. Her higher self said no. She said she thinks her dead grandmother is hanging around her mom, and so we muscle test for it. Yes, like it was just like she was just like mind blown from it. But it's pretty cool that we have this option. We don't need to like seek a psychic or whatever. We are our own psychic.
Wow, that's pretty amazing right there.
And then I've added that book, Messages from the Body, for those that have some kind of ailment and they're confused about, what started it. It's a psychologist, after doing these sessions for over 20 years, like was like, I need to get this in the book about, what is the root of these issues. Sometimes it's not what you think. And I even have people message me on Facebook like, can you check your book for this? Because my husband has this issue, and I'll look it up for them, or my friend will help me look up something. And then I'll read the statement about what it's about, and they're like, wow, that actually does sound like something I'm holding on to or, dealing with.
Wow,
Yeah.
messages from the body.
Yes. Yes. He also
And
has ones about allergies, getting to the bottom of allergies. Each book's like $100, but if you're using it often, I think it's totally worth it.
I wonder if there is one for cancer. Who's the author?
Michael Lincoln.
Michael Lincoln.
Yeah,
All
Dr.
right.
Michael Lincoln. Yeah, I used it for a client the other day. It was my first time using it. I was nervous about it, and he was not able to actually muscle test because he was over energized. I have to mention that. When you're over energized and you're not grounding, and you're really excited, you're strong all the time. If you haven't drank enough water, you're weak. So I'll have my
Wow.
clients drink more water, and then it gets better. But I was like, I just want to see what comes up for you here. And he's like, are you? I was like, are you open to this? Because he doesn't know anything about all this stuff. And he's like, yeah, sure, why not? So I'm muscle testing through myself because he's over energized, and I connect with his energy. You can also have your client touch you on your shoulder or something, so that the energy. Or I just tap, and I was like, okay, I'm now connecting with his energy now, because I do oracle readings too and connect with people's energy, so that's no problem for me. And I
So
was
a
like, okay,
thymus tap will help.
getting into the heart chakra, yeah. Yeah, I'm now
That feels
connecting with
good.
this person's energy. Yep. And so I was like, is there anywhere in this book that we can figure out an issue that he has and getting to the bottom of it? Okay, yes. And then I split the book in half, and I said, is it in the first half of this book or the second half of this book? First half. Okay. From there, I had a piece of paper next to me, and I said, instead of going from page to page and doing it that way, I was like, is it between this number and this number in this book? Narrowed it down to a page, all the way down to swollen ankles. And I was like, do you even have swollen ankles? He said, yes, I just went to the doctor yesterday about this issue. I was like,
Wow.
shh. And it said he overexerts himself, like he's just trying to do too much, doesn't allow other people to help, things like that. And I was like, well, here's the message, take it or leave it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, our body's
So,
talking to us. Yeah.
so if we just learn to communicate with our body a little better and our subconscious, is that
Yep.
what we're connecting to
Subconscious.
subconscious?
Yes.
Then we may have a lot of answers to things that instead we might spend weeks just going over in our mind, and all we have
Yeah.
to do is really ask our body. So how would you recommend that a client, if they have a big question about a move or a new job, let's just say, because that's probably relevant right now, right?
Mhm.
I'm thinking about this new position. How would they ask their body?
Well, they can do that test where they stand, straight up and ask the question, and then if they start to lean forward, the answer is yes or no. Like you could say, is taking this new job for me? Is it? And you can even test it by saying the opposite of that too. Is it not good for me? So, and then you have to think about it for a second, like, hold up, I've had to do that. And then, putting your arm on the table and doing it like this, and
And
just,
so it doesn't matter which, like, I mean, it
right,
has to
right.
be
They're
if you're
all,
right-handed.
yeah, right. Doesn't matter. Yeah, yeah. Then
Okay.
tapping down, and if it's strong, the answer is yes. Or
And
like I said, truth.
by strong, you mean I wouldn't be able to push my arm down.
Right, right. And
Okay.
some clients
So,
you can see better than others. Sometimes it's so subtle that I have to like really work with it. But yeah, and the answer is no. It'll be like going down easily. Weak. Your body's weak when something's not good for you. There's even a test out there I read about where the guy had everybody in the audience holding envelopes with aspartame in them, and some people had real sugar, and they muscle tested, and everybody was weak that held the aspartame. Like fake sugars are not good for anybody. You can muscle test for it and find out the truth about that. But yeah, anything fake.
then our body might be looking at like the white sugar is really not, you know what I mean? It's not good for you either because it's so processed. But anyway, yeah, I don't
Right,
know.
right, right,
I
right.
don't know.
None of the
Yeah,
sugars are good for you, but natural sugars. But
right. At
yeah,
least,
you
yeah.
can test for that. Is this good for me? You can even do it to a number between 1 and 10. How good is this for me? You can add numbers to, anything. You can muscle test how much truth is in a book. Yeah,
How could you do that?
read the book Power versus Force. Really good book I read years ago. And yeah, is it between, 1 and 10? How much truth is in this book? All right, 10. 9. Like, yeah, truth. You can
That
find
would
out.
save a lot. That would save a lot. It's like, I continue to add knowledge, right? But it would be a lot easier to go into a library and say,
Hmm.
how would I say that? Because initially I would say, is this the book I need to read right
Right.
now?
Yeah, that's probably a
That's
good
pretty,
question. Yeah.
is it? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Is this the book that's going to help me with this client? Yeah. This
Yes.
knowledge. Okay.
Yeah, that's a
Wow.
great way to do it. Yeah, it's pretty mind
So
blowing
if
once you
you're
start
holding
working with
that
it.
book, how would you
Hmm.
do that then?
I always put it in front of my solar plexus is in your stomach area.
Right
That's the
here,
best place.
right?
Yeah, in the stomach. Yeah.
Under, under the chest.
Yes, yes, yes. And is this right for me right now? I mean, it might not be right for you right now, but could be later. But just, saying that statement is this the best for me right now?
I like
And
that because
yes.
yeah, we're trying to do a shortcut here,
Yeah, all
right?
about
I
them
mean, how many,
shortcuts. Now. That's how we are anyway.
well, I mean, with cancer patients, so I'm always thinking it's always urgent. I mean, it is, every decision that they make, everything that they eat that day matters a lot, whether they're
Oh
feeding
yeah. Yeah,
themselves
this
or
could help
they're,
them a lot.
yes. So the shortcut's necessary, I think, at that point.
Hmm.
Wow, this would be great. What else could we use it for? Like you said, decisions.
Decisions, yeah.
Do we want to sell this house? Kind of a thing. We're not selling our house, but yeah, do we
Yeah.
want to sell this house? That's such a big decision. So
Heck yeah.
if you're standing in the middle of the house,
Hmm.
could you just use the standing up? We're either
Oh
going to
yeah.
move.
And it just bypasses the mental, like you're always thinking, and this is getting straight to like what's best for you. And the universe is truly amazing. I did the muscle testing the other day for, should I be in the Mind Body Expo this weekend? Is it that's for my highest good? Yes. And I was like, just in case, I didn't get the muscle testing right. I had to, because I'm about to spend a lot of money to have this booth. And so I pulled out my Oracle cards and I have 20 decks, and my intuition just tells me which one I'm to pull. And it said a positive outcome. That's the card I pulled. I was like, okay, we're doing
That's awesome.
we're doing it.
So
Yeah, it's
you could
amazing.
do that right there at your booth, even muscle
Yep.
testing.
Yes, yes.
Um,
I'm gonna be doing that at my booth this weekend. I've done printed out my signs. Yeah.
which when you hold them up, we may not be able to
Yes,
see,
right.
right?
Oh, it
Oh,
worked this
we
time.
can. Oh,
Yeah.
so you're going to offer crystal light bed with amethyst. Wow. $20 for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
That's nothing. That's
you lay
great.
right, just you laying on it, me not doing anything. And for $40, you can test out, me doing Reiki while you're on the crystal bed, like, you know, massive energy. I also do entity spirit and attachment removal, and I use kinesiology to find out how many entities you might have on you, spirits and attachments. And sometimes people got a pretty high number of attachments, and that's what energy you picked up from someone else. And so I muscle test how many minutes of Reiki is it going to take to remove these? Nine. It's never been over 10 minutes.
And you test that on the client.
Yes, yes,
Right.
yes. And
Okay.
I have a piece of paper there writing it down, how many numbers. And we can even go as far as narrowing it down at how did you get these? So my last client was like, did I get it from my last house? I feel like there was some dark energy there and stuff. Yes. One she got off transferred from her ex-husband. So like, but that takes a lot more time to like narrow it down. It's like as long as you know how many and we can remove them and fill it with light, that can change your life. If you've got these attachments or entities on you, like with thoughts in your mind that aren't yours, You know, sometimes it's not multi-personality. You just got literally different spirits on you that were earthbound, were confused, attached to you for whatever reason, and yeah, need it cleared away and sent to the light. So
So how is that different than having angels or guides?
angels and guides are different, because they are not literally attached to your body, first off, and you can call on them to help you at any time. We forget that we have angels and guides to assist us. We all have them.
So
And
those entities actually are attached to us, whether angels and guides are
they're
with
not,
us.
right. They're just around us, but not on the body. We have spirit, and these beings that are earthbound didn't cross over. They see the light on you, the spark, and they think that they're going to the light sometimes, literally. I've read a lot about this. And they attach to you, and whatever issues they had in their life, they give you. Like if you had, all of a sudden you have a new addiction, could be that entity, because that's the addiction. But most of the time they attach to a human because they had a certain addiction, and you have that one, so they get to live that addiction through you.
Wow.
Yeah, I just read a great book called Healing Lost Souls by William Baldwin, and that's what he did for many years, is remove entities and attachments. And he talks about, through hypnosis, all these scenarios of how these attachments and entities are on these people, and it's just like mind-blowing how these things happen. But a lot of times it's because you're in a trauma, and when you're in a trauma, you literally leave your body. Your spirit is hovering above your body, and you're leaving your aura open for things to come in. And during my quantum hypnosis sessions, there's been times my clients, they've picked one up because they were like in a fit of rage. They're just releasing anger and stuff, and they were yelling at someone. Boom, one attached. It's like you've lowered your frequency, allowing things to come in. Yeah. So
Wow. So what's a good way to raise your frequency first thing in the morning, or however you start your day?
meditation, definitely meditation. I just sit with some calming music on, or with my headphones on, and with crystals in my hand. And you don't have to sit, cross-legged. You can put your feet on the ground, just whatever's comfortable. But sitting up is best, because when you lay down, melatonin gets released and you want to go back to sleep. So sitting up is best. And I imagine white and golden light coming in my crown, and I might ask my angels and guides to help, clear my energy, set it for the day. You can set your intention. That's best, to set some kind of intention. What do you want to get out of it today? I want to feel more
Oh,
peace.
like even like can visualize how the day
Mm-hmm.
could unfold. And
Oh yeah, all of that. And you can call on certain angels to help you, assist you with certain things. Um, Archangel Michael, he's used for protection. Raphael heals the chakras. I'm trying to think of some ones that have come in for my sessions recently. Azrael helps ancestral traumas, as well as Ushriel. I didn't understand. Ushriel came in a session yesterday when I did a hypnosis to clear out ancestral traumas. But you don't have to know the names. You say whatever one can do this, come in now. That's their sole purpose, is to help us. So
we just need to ask them.
just need to ask. It's a free will planet. And sometimes they just cannot swoop down and help you unless you ask.
For anyone that might not know what chakras are,
Oh,
could you tell us?
okay. Here we
And they might
go.
not. Yeah.
These are your energy centers in your body. So we've got the crown. These are major ones. The crown chakra, when that's open, you're connecting to the higher realms.
And it's
And
spinning, right?
angels. Yes, spinning. And they say, imagine a 1,000-petal lotus up there. Or I just imagine a door opening when I'm doing energy work. I feel it start to tingle, and I feel pressure. And then your third eye chakra, that's your intuition and psychic abilities. We all have them. It's tuning and tapping into that. And even just tapping there, you might feel a little tingle. Well, since I give off Reiki anyway, like if I just hold that there, not even touching it and giving it a little bit of energy, I'll start feeling it tingle. But moving it around in circle, the energy vortexes go clockwise. So
Clockwise, as
yes,
you are the clock.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So still,
Yes. So if it's flowing, the energy's flowing, that's how it, it's open and balanced, it's flowing like a clock. And then going on down to the throat chakra, that's where you speak your truth. And mine just recently cleared open in the last 6 months during breath work, which is pretty cool. Doing breath work is amazing. I did it in a group setting and we were all breathing like deep, for 30 minutes
like,
throughout all the chakras. And I felt it fly open. It was crazy. And now I can sing better, I speak better, more confident. It's amazing when these chakras are open, what we can do.
wow.
Fears were stuck in there, like, oh, I'm afraid of speaking my truth and what people think and stuff. And it just cleared right open because I set the intention before. It was like, please, angels and guides, help me clear this chakra today. And they stepped up to the plate and helped. And then
Wow.
everyone knows the heart chakra. That can get clogged by like unforgiveness and fears and past hurts. We can literally put energetic walls up over the heart, which I've been removing heart walls recently too for my clients. Like I've added to Liift since I started Liift. I've added a lot of things to it to clear out trapped emotions and heart walls. And then move on down to the solar plexus. Right here, color's yellow. So many people have trapped emotions in here causing their stomach issues, this is where you stand in your power, your courage, your self-esteem, willpower, all that stuff is in that chakra. And then we got the next one is the sacral chakra. Ironically, I'm wearing my chakra pants today. These are all the emblems of
Yeah.
the chakras on the side. So we got the sacral chakra, which is your creativity and sexual energy. And then your root chakra is at the base of the tailbone. And that's grounding, grounding to the earth, your foundation. So if you have a lot of fear about, just life steps even, or like you fear like you don't know if you have a place to stay or if you got enough food, just the survival mode, then that's really clogged. And when it's opened, like you're abundant, you feel the abundance, you understand that what's meant for you is going to stay, what isn't is going to leave. You just have that understanding. And my root chakra has always been an issue in the past, but it's finally opening up. I meditate, I imagine those roots growing down from my waist, my legs, my feet, and the center of the earth, almost as if a magnet's just drawing you and pulling you down. And that means that you're in your body, you're solid, Before I was just like flighty all the time and airy and like, I love being in the upper chakras. It's great. It's like I'm a fairy all the time. And I'm like, in order to help humanity, you got to be in your body and grounded. Yes.
So in order to actually live our life's purpose, we need to be grounded,
Connected
not
with
just
the earth, not be like, I just want to get out of here and get off this planet and go back to my home planet. That was me for many years. Like, okay, this is my home, might be temporary, but this is my home. I need to be here now. And I love the earth and everything she supplies for us. We have everything we need. I say these, affirmations. I have a solid foundation. I am abundant. So that really helps with the root chakra. Or wearing the color red, wearing colors helps with your chakras as well.
so if someone feels blocked, they really maybe don't understand what chakras or the energy meridians like are in the body or anything, but just if they feel blocked, they can't move forward, possibly their chakras are need
Yes.
opening.
Yes. Yes.
So how would you open them? What is that process?
Well, I would go to a Reiki practitioner first, someone who's like, interested in all this. So they can ask, a Reiki practitioner, which chakra do I really need to work on? But you could also, I guess, muscle test yourself to find out, so I go to a kinesiologist chiropractor and he checks, my chakras as well. And he'll just put my arm up and have one hand touching like my third eye, let's say, and then pushing my arm down to check it and stuff, which is pretty cool. But if you've gotten really good at meditation and you're aware of your body, so that's been me recently. Like I'm just like sitting there, it's been 10 minutes, I'm totally at peace and relaxed, and then I'll notice when something's out of alignment because I'll feel it in that area of my body and I will send it light. So imagining light coming either from your heart over to that area. Like I have sometimes tension in my shoulders, so I'm like, I'm going to send some light to it. It's, calming it down, or inviting the light to come through the crown to that area as well can help. But yeah, so it's just all about like, where are you, like how far advanced you are in your meditation to get to that point where, oh, that's off a little bit, so I need to send it some light. So, and we are self-healers, so
I do believe we are definitely self-healers. Yeah, there are many things that we choose that prevent our body from healing.
yes, and beliefs can totally block it. Like you can go to a Reiki healer all day, but if you don't have the belief that it's real, you've blocked it off, and you've put like an energetic wall up, and you're not allowing it in. And self-love too can block, things if you don't think you're worthy of healing, blocking it. So the
There's a
release of
lot
love.
of that right now, for sure. Feelings of unworthy. What tool in your toolbox would you recommend for someone that's feeling unworthy and
Doing the
stuck?
tapping, which Jenni does too with her sessions. Tapping, I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. Just saying it repeatedly. 12 times has been a magic number for my sessions. So yeah, saying it 12 times. And if you've got to like write on a little post-it note, put it on your mirror, and you're seeing it, your subconscious is seeing it every day, that's definitely helpful.
I love vision boards that have messages like that. If you have it somewhere where you can see it
Yeah. Yep.
often, at least when you wake up or you're going to sleep, where you can look at that and remind yourself of what your path is
Yes.
that you've
And I've
chosen.
learned there's a firewall between the conscious and subconscious mind sometimes. So yeah, doing the tapping is much better than just doing the positive affirmation, because it's really getting it into your body.
But I like the idea that we've learned today that we can do a little muscle testing to see, is that what we need? Yeah,
Mhm. Can change your life,
cool.
really.
Well, it sounds like you're going to be at a pretty exciting conference this weekend. That's this weekend?
Yes, and my friend Danny from Gaia's Gems will be selling her crystals and her necklaces out of my booth as well. So yeah,
Cool.
it's gonna
So
have,
how would somebody use crystals if they don't know?
each crystal has a certain frequency, and a lot of them are for certain chakras. So um, typically the color of the chakra matches the crystal. So not always the case. Like all the black crystals are really grounding and protection. And then we have the purple ones are for the crown. Amethyst
I
crystal
was
is
going
really
to say,
good for the crown.
well,
And,
I've got this one.
oh,
This is a
quartz.
quartz. Yeah.
Yeah, quartz is really good for the crown too. It's a very high vibration crystal, really good for meditation too, and the upper chakras. Is that Larimar? I
I'm
can't
not
tell.
sure. It's blue, a kind of a blue gray. I'm not sure.
Or it could be Amazonite. That would be good for the throat chakra, which is a light blue.
Okay.
And then heart chakra crystals. I think that's fluorite you're holding. It's good for
Yes,
the,
that sounds right.
yeah, heart chakra, green and pink ones. Pink is love. That is the
Oh,
color of
okay.
love, is pink. So pink and green crystals there. Solar plexus, tiger's eye. Highly recommend tiger's eye for
Oh,
that.
let's see. I'm wearing tiger's eye,
Oh
but
yeah, it's that.
yeah,
Yeah, brown. Yeah, yeah, love
yeah,
that.
it's cool.
And then
Oh,
sacral
and then
carnelian,
what did you say about
amethyst.
amethyst?
That's for the
You can't
crown.
hardly see. Yeah,
Yes.
it is a pretty purple.
Yeah, for the crown.
I was gonna see what else I have back here. Oh, no, I just have more of these.
Yeah. Oh, I've
So,
got a ton of crystals. Right next to my computer is tourmaline.
ooh,
Black tourmaline is really good for protection, blocking EMFs, which your electronics give off, and grounding. So highly
so
recommend.
it'd be
That's
a good idea to have that near your computer, or would it block some of the, like your Wi-Fi? Would it block the Wi-Fi?
no, it'll just the energy that the Wi-Fi is giving off. So your phone will still work, but it's just, blocking the energies. So that's one of my top crystals I say everybody should have is black black tourmaline and selenite, which is that whitish clear, and it almost looks like lines of flakes. I don't know. It's really cool. I like
Yeah,
that.
I've seen it. I don't think I
Number
have
one
it.
crystal everyone should have for clearing your energy, your aura, and protection. And I have it literally taped to my headboard, all across my headboard to my bed. Helps with dreams too.
Oh, so I've heard once that you should have the black tourmaline at your feet, right?
Yep, for grounding.
So,
Yep, and
yeah,
protecting. Yep, yep. That's ironically that's
cool.
at my feet to my bed. So yeah, yeah. Crystals are amazing. They're here for a reason, to help, assist humanity.
And we could also use muscle testing to find out which crystals might serve us, right? Or might help us in some
Yeah.
way.
Well, I've always just trusted my intuition when I go in a crystal shop and I've drawn to one. I just go right to it and I'll look it up what it's for. I'm like, oh, wow, that's just what I needed right now. And that was me trusting my intuition. But yeah, you could definitely muscle test to see which one you need right now. Because it's like, depending on what you're going through in your life, is which one you need currently. And then it might need passed on to someone else. You might lose it on, for a reason because it was meant for someone else because you're finished with it. I give away my crystals all the time. Just, let it flow. And then I get gifted another one the next day. Like things like that happen to me. It's pretty cool.
Cool. So if someone kind of so if they came to a crystal shop and they saw a crystal that they really were drawn to, that's using their intuition. But if they're
hmm
not sure at that point that that's really going to help them with whatever it is that they're wanting to use it for,
Just hold
then
it in
they
your
could
hand
muscle
and,
test
yep, forward or backwards. Is this for me?
forward or backwards as you like that the best, maybe for
hmm
crystals. Okay,
hmm Oh, yeah.
cool.
Well, I think that was a lot of information.
It was a lot of information. It was great information, though.
All right,
It's kind
good.
of an overview, right?
hmm Well, thank
Um,
you for asking me to do this.
well, awesome. So if we wanted more information or to work with you, how would we get in touch with you? Where can we find you?
Healingwithaurora.com. And the phone number is 859-888-0914.
Cool. All
You can
right.
also email me at healingwithaurora@gmail.com with any questions as well. And I have a YouTube channel under the same name, Healing with Aurora, and an Instagram, which I put a lot of information on there as well.
Great, great. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing
You're
this.
so welcome,
I
Jenni.
I really wanted to know more about muscle testing specifically, but I can see now how I can use it everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much. All
Yeah.
right. Well, thank you
All
so
right.
much, Jenni.
Cool.
Have an awesome day.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.